is I work so hard to make it look so easy, So if anything else about me, whether you like my work or dislike it or whatever, at least you can say, well, she at least she makes it look easy, I want people to not be concentrating on my performance and, how wonderful an actress I am. I want them to, get lost in the story. And but with theater, the other thing that's amazing for me is, in theater I get these great roles, Beatrice in Much Ado, and these leading great, cool roles, and in a way that I just, I'm just not in contention for in terms of film, which is fine. But so in theater, I'm sort of, it's kind of like, I'm the Anne Hathaway of theater, basically. I'm just kidding. But, I just have, it's just a lot more opportunities for a lot of great roles. And that's what I love about it, too.
Well, I had a quick question. I wanted to know if you remember the Berkshire Theater Festival in Massachusetts.
Yeah, Smell of the Hill. Yep.
My best friend said she was there, and I don't know if you'd remember her, if I told you her name.
Did she watch
she said,
the show, or what do you think?
She was involved in
member?
it in some way.
Oh.
No, at that time, she was an actress herself and did some theater work.
What's her name?
And she said her name was Lorinda Norton.
Oof. The thing with me is I'm so bad with names, but I'm so good with faces. I'm sure if I saw her, I'd know her. I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't offend her.
No, that's okay. I will totally send you a picture because she said you were fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
she said you were such a hoot and so much fun to hang out with and work with.
Well,
so.
I try. I really do try to have a great time because, life, it is short.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We've got to have a great time. And I also, again, that's something I learned so young, which is, she must have been on the crew or something, right? Was she?
I think I didn't quite catch exactly what she did. She was supposed to look up some information for me, but I can always ask you.
She wasn't one of the actors because there was only two other women, and I know who they were. But so she obviously worked on the production on some level. But the thing that's important to me is, we're all, and this is, I teach at NYU too, and I really try to make sure that my students understand, that we are, the person who does the props is just as important as you are, So you got to have, everybody's a part of a team. No one's better than anyone else. No one's more important. We're just all one and one for all. And I really do try to have that attitude. So
that's a fantastic attitude to have, for sure.
Well, yeah, I think it's pretty rare nowadays, tragically, but it's always served me because when I always when I do a big talk to like the whole school at NYU or something, and I'll say, what do you think the one quality about someone that makes them have a long career? What do you think the one thing someone needs is? And everybody goes, look, talent, connection, da, da. And it's not. It's having a good personality. Look, are there boneheads who get to have success? Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
But if you are a cool person to work with, you will always, always, always get work.
That's true. And I think a big part of that has to do with loving what you do as well.
Yes, totally. But
I also read that you like teaching acting more than you like acting. Why is that?
Well, no. What I said was I think I used to think I was put on earth. Like my point, the point of being here was as to be an actress, and I realized that no, I've been an actress all these years, so I could learn how to be a good teacher, and I believe that. And so that's what I don't know if I like, one over the other. There's certainly, I love teaching. And the only reason I'm fairly good at it. I have my bad days too, but it's because I go in with that attitude. I'm just so grateful that I know enough.
Right.
I actually know enough to teach something. So that's been good. I've been doing that like 5-6 years, so it's been great.
Now, do you go into somebody else's class and do this?
No, I go. Well, it's my class at NYU.
You have your own class. Okay.
Yes, it's the Atlantic Theater Company is my theater company, and they are this brilliant production company and repertory company, but they also run a huge, very successful school called the Atlantic Theater Company Acting School, and basically what I do is, and one of their things is they also teach they're one of the studios at NYU. So, does that make any sense?
Yeah,
I'm making it so much more complicated than it needs to be. But basically, anyway. So what was your initial question? I don't even know. I hope I answered.
Oh, I was just saying that I read that you like teaching more than acting.
On a tangent. Yeah. No, I would say I like them for different ways.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And now author. So let's talk about Guts.
Yes. Well, it's actually not brand new to the lovely, adorable lady who introduced it. It's
the paperback is brand new.
Absolutely. But it is. It's actually been out since March. The hardcover is doing exceptionally well. Certainly not as well as those Real Housewives books or whatever.
Oh,
but,
please.
No, you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. You're like, they didn't even write it.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, but it's doing really well, and it has, I guess what they call in the biz legs, meaning that, it's just got, word of mouth, and just a lot of people are really enjoying it, and a lot of people have been very affected by it, which is just, it gives me pleasure to no end, honestly.
Yeah, I read it because I like you, and I wanted to, and here I thought it was going to be like a comedic kind of book. I didn't realize what it was actually about.
It is funny.
Well, yeah, I have to say that.
Because I would hate to, I would never want to be like one of those boards who's like...
No. But I didn't realize what guts meant literal guts, so,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I called it guts because my mom, I said, and so I'm thinking of calling it guts, and she went, oh, no. Oh, I don't like that at all. So I was like, okay, well, that's going to be the title. Anyway, but so sorry. What was your question about?
I was going to say I am not an alcoholic, or I don't struggle with drugs or anything like that. But just from reading your book, I got so much inspiration in other areas of my life.
A lot of people say that. Yeah, I never intended it to be some addiction book. I really didn't. I really set out to write, how does an old dog learn new tricks, or how does somebody wake up at 38, 39 and figure out how to change their life,
Right.
And that part has resonated with so many people. But also to tell it, my objective was, of course, to tell it, in a way that I like to read it, which is, funny and full of life and truth, a lot of truth.
Yeah, you were definitely very honest,
shocking.
And I think that's the way you should be, unless, you're going to write just a make-believe book. If you're writing about your life, then you need to be honest about that.
But, most people are not. Unfortunately, from what I've read, and I'm not trying to be pat myself on the back. I'm just saying that, most, So I actually went up to my publishers at one point because I was, 6 months into writing it. I was exhausted and I was like, this is hard. And so I asked them, and one of them had worked there, 20 years, and they do all the celeb stuff. And I said, how many other knuckleheads didn't use a ghostwriter? And she said none.
Yeah.
In 20 years. So,
and you typed this out with your 2 fingers.
With 2 fingers, yes. I'm not even a typer. And I designed the cover because I'm a control freak. So.
Oh my gosh.
Both covers actually. I designed a different cover for the paperback as well.
Well, because I didn't get the paperback because I already had the e-book, you have a special forward in the paperback book.
I do.
And are you going to tell us, or do we have to go find it?
Well, that's horrible. Well, here's what you can do, okay? Look, I'd rather you buy it. It's $10, and give it to somebody who might need it. Okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Or you could do what I would do if I was running a little low on cash and I had already read the book. Just go to a corner of a bookstore and read the stupid forward.
That's what I did.
There you go.
I've totally done that.
Also a lot of I will never see another dime for this book. So I was paid 2 years ago. I'm not trying to sell. I'm trying to get this book out there. I'm trying to get it out to the right hands. And unfortunately, it's not an easy task in terms of, a lot of the bigger chains aren't carrying it, Kmart and Walmart and all that, which is a bummer. And the airport chains aren't carrying it, which is such a bummer. Because I feel like it's such a perfect airplane book.
Yeah, definitely.
Isn't it? And so that's the reason I'm promoting it so much is I really want people to and the more it sells, then the more it gets picked up by different chains, and the more Walmart goes, oh, let's carry that, So that's really the end. That's the means to the end that I'm looking for.
Well, I think that if Walmart and any of the other chains would just read the tweets that you get on a daily basis, they would pick it up because you've helped so many people.
Oh, I know. It's been, as I say in the foreword, because the foreword is all really about you guys. It's about, sorry, I just put my phone into charge. So, it's really about thanking, the experience that it has happened after us. And the profound thing, and I list by name. I think I list you by name, doll.
Me?
Pretty sure I do. Yeah.
Oh my God! Now I for sure have to get it.
But I do. I list
and next to it says stalker, right?
No, I just say no. You have to. It's the people who changed my life by just changing your own. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain your name's in there.
Okay.
I think I
will
saw
go
Pam.
Pardon?
I think I saw your name. I'm trying to remember. There were so many different names I was looking, so.
I can check right now. I have a copy.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
I don't know. I have yeah, so. All right, keep going. Ask me a different question.
Well, what made you write the book now?
Well, interestingly enough, initially I just wanted to write a book because I needed money. I'm in my 40s. I'm an actress. It's not that easy. It doesn't just come floating your way. And so I was like, oh, God, what am I going to do? I can't be a waitress. That would be, here are the, I would. It's not a pride thing. It's more just like, oh, God, yes, I was on Third Rock. What do you want to eat,
Yeah.
It just would be so distracting. So, I was really trying to think of, what else could I do? And I was being very witty and charming one day at my agency, and the literary agent came up to me and said, you should write a book. And then we sort of talked and all this stuff, and she asked me to send some of my writing, which I was like, ooh, because I don't even journal, you know. And so I said, so I was like, well, I